Hey, Symposium listeners. Have you ever listened to our A Song of Ice and Fire coverage and wanted to chime in live with your thoughts? Or wanted us to cover a property of your choice?
Introducing the Symposium Review Contest. The contest is open now and closes on August 31st, 2026.
Here's how you can enter. Leave us a 5-star review on any podcatcher and send us a screenshot to earn an entry. You can leave reviews on as many platforms as you want, and each screenshot counts as an entry.
If you want an extra incentive, every review you submit on or before April 30th, 2026 will be counted as 2 entries.
If you win, you get to pick one of the following 3 options.
Option 1, join us for an A Song of Ice and Fire wrap-up episode after we have read A Dance with Dragons.
Option 2, get us to watch or read or otherwise consume a piece of media to cover on the podcast.
Option 3 is the same as Option 2, but you get to also be on the podcast episode with us.
We will have a minimum of 2 winners. One winner will be the person who earned the most entries, and a second winner will be chosen through random draw. If interest is high, a third winner may also be chosen.
So folks, get those reviews in on or before August 31st, 2026. We look forward to chatting with you in fall of 2026.
And now on to the episode. Welcome to A Song of Ice and Fire Symposium. My name is Snav, and my pronouns are they, them.
And my name's Harmit, and my pronouns are Hershey, like the chocolate.
And this is A Dance with Dragons, chapters 64 and 65, The Ugly Little Girl and Cersei. In these chapters, Arya exchanges some currency, and Cersei goes for a walk. Welcome to the podcast, everyone. So, Harmit, who died in these chapters?
The guy, the binder giving merchant guy.
The insurance agent, you may say.
Thank you. Him.
I think that might be it.
Yeah. I mean, death adjacent, the face she puts on, she be hearing voice, that's
all the
thousands of faces. Yeah, the general, love is in the air, more like death is in the air. Cersei's chapter, I don't think anybody has died. Oh, they toss a dead cat at her, so dead cat.
Yeah, poor cat.
Yeah.
But yeah, just, okay. We'll get there. So, what did you think of these chapters? These are pretty major chapters for both of these characters.
Yeah, these were, honestly, I was like, these were such, experiences, because Arya's was, such a, I don't know, Arya's was so, oh my god, what's gonna happen? Is she gonna do it? It just was, whatever happens in this chapter kind of defines the rest of Arya's arc, and it really cements who Arya's gonna be,
Mm-hmm.
So there also just was right up until the end, you're kind of oh, what did you it's written in a way where you're oh, okay, she's gonna go to him, she's gonna so it's an interesting experience because it's kind of a mystery, so you're kind of on the edge of your seat for that, but then you're also you're invested in the plot and the character arc, so it was it was really nice that way. And also it's Arya, and this is our second Arya chapter this book, so it's okay, we gotta pay attention. And then with Cersei's, it was so weird because it was I don't know. It just was I felt so sad, but I also felt so I don't know. It just was
You felt so invested?
I felt so invested, but I also felt really sad. I don't know. It was weird. I felt sad for her. I felt invested. I felt
invested in what?
Her
exactly?
In story, in the story. I felt I just, because usually it's at the end of the day, if Cersei loses, usually our characters win. Like, you know, like, like if Cersei's not happy, Tyrion is. If Cersei's not happy, Jon has a chance, Stannis. Like, so typically I'm not, like, I'm invested in Cersei's shenanigans, but I'm not invested in what is going to happen to Cersei. Like, how I spent this whole book being like, yeah, she's gonna die, whatever, you know, like, the Gregor thing might save her, but, like, she's gonna die, whatever. Like, I felt very, like, emotionally removed from her. But because I was so sad, like, just the way that he wrote this chapter, I was kind of like, wow, like, this is really, like, it just was so, like, I don't even know how to explain what I'm thinking, but it just, like, seeing the way that she was treated and just all of these things, like, it just was, like, it was a lot. Like, it just was a lot for one chapter. But then at the end it was like, okay, I guess we're back to Cersei. Like, I don't know. It just, and like, just her being like, oh, I remember this like, I wasn't there when this happened, to, like, my grandfather's paramour, I guess, but, like, I heard about it. These are all the things that were said about it. Like, it just was, like, the way women are treated, kind of, as a chapter, it was, like, interesting to come from Cersei, but it also, I don't know, it made it more intense in a way, too, because she's somebody who tears people down, specifically women, like this all the time, and now it's kind of happening to her, and it's not that I wished it on her, but it did make it different reading it from her perspective, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because, like, we've seen Brienne being torn down, we've seen other women being torn down, but it's different to read it from somebody who has engaged in this herself, but then it also is, like, it's like kind of her lowest moment, followed by, like, this, I don't know, so it was, like, I was just really invested, because there was a lot going on, but I also, like, felt really sad, so I don't know, I liked the chapters, but I don't really know if that's the right way to put it, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Actually, you've already kind of started this conversation. I want to have the...
Also, sorry, these chapters were, the other thing that kind of made me, like, sad, sort of, was also, like, these chapters are both very, like, very much about religion, you know? And like, what, like, religion as a construct, what people do, what people who practice the religion do, what people who practice the religion and have power, like the high priest, or, like, even some of these septas, like, you know, they have power over Cersei right now, and, like, the guy who comes in is like, I'm gonna be the leader of your guard, whatever, like, it opens up all these conversations, but then I've also, like, with that new movie out, like, Wake Up Dead Man, like, the, like...
I have no idea what that is.
It's like oh my god, like, it's like it's like a Knives Out sequel. So it's with, like,
oh yeah, you told me about. Okay.
Yes, and, like,
I've seen the others. They were good.
Yes.
Wait, don't tell me spoilers.
No, I don't know any but it basically is, like, Christianity is a part of the movie. Like, that's an important theme of the movie. And but it's, like, a movie that's like, I just saw a Letterboxd review the other day that I also thought of while I was reading these chapters, and it was somebody who I'm assuming was, or maybe is Christian, maybe isn't, and they were talking about how the movie represented, like, the part of Christianity, people who aren't very vocal, but who just kind of practice Christianity, and, like, they practice the actual ideals of Christianity, and are just like, hey, love thy neighbor, whatever, like, do all these good things, but how they're not often represented, because it's, like, not very dramatic, or whatever. So it just was, like, weird in my head, like, reading these chapters, which are very, like, religion isn't necessarily the best thing coded, and then hearing all the reviews about this movie where people are like, oh, this, like, religion can be, and I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know exactly what they mean, but
right, so this is showing, like, how people take it to the extreme and, like, exploit religion. Yeah. But religion can be, you know, kind of a good guiding source in society.
Yeah, so it's weird consuming these different things in the same week and trying to think about it. I love how you said,
like, the new movie that's out. People are going to be listening to this.
Oh,
By the way, we're recording this in December 2025.
This is New Year's
blast, blast from the past.
Yeah,
so
this is
that.
New Year's Eve. Hope your guys'
This is how we're gonna reign in the new year. But this movie, none of this.
Sorry,
is not
also,
news to any
even right now, to call it a new movie, I'm pretty sure it's been globally released for 2 months. Like,
okay, all right.
But
So, like, people are gonna be literally like, that came out a whole year ago.
Yeah. Anyway, hi guys, this is past us. But yeah, so anyway, it's just interesting because all of these things are roaming around in my head, and then these chapters are like, oh yeah, and like, I don't know, that's one of those things George R. Martin is so good at writing about. Yeah, and then yeah, anyway, so having like the religious stuff going on while like the like how Cersei is treated as a woman and how like her grandfather's paramour was treated, whatever, like having all of those things happen in one chapter was also really like intense and like poignant. Yeah, it was good, but I just kind of was like, oh, these are not like fun chapters. These are like sit and think chapters, you know?
Yeah. Yes,
yeah, but I liked them. Yeah.
Okay. So I want to address the overall walk of atonement thing.
Yeah.
Right? So it's sexist. It's a patriarchal structure. It's a man imposing this, you know, harassment, public humiliation on a woman. They wouldn't do this to a guy the same way. Fucking Lancel, who is accused, like, who is part of what Cersei confessed, he's not doing this walk. Why not? Like, it's a very, it's all of these terrible things that are like surrounding it. Yeah. So even when you want Cersei's downfall, you don't want this, because this is not a win for us. It's a lose for all of everybody who has any decency. Like, it's not just a loss for Cersei. This is a terrible situation for everybody. Yeah. Nobody should have to go this does not, well, maybe, but it doesn't, well, first off, like, this is for her quote unquote sins of sleeping with people that are not her husband, which should not, first, like, you know, that we don't agree with that. Like, that is not the crimes we want her punished for. We want her punished for the everything else she's been doing, the plotting and the so they're punishing her for the wrong thing. It's the wrong punishment. It's the wrong people. And those are, I think, my general thoughts.
And it does, and it really is like it, the like, yeah, it's and it just like the overall effects of it are like, it's very much a redirection. Like, it doesn't really, like, the things that we're mad at her about, like, you know, hey, you're not taking care of your own people in King's Landing, like, they were compelled to, like, mob you when your daughter was about to go away, like, all these things, like, you're not taking care of your people, you're not addressing, like, all this, like, winter is coming, you're not addressing your allies, you're not addressing this, like, these, what's it called? This debt that you're in, like, it doesn't solve any of the problems. All it really does is shame her, and then because it shames her, and she was the queen, and she was the head regent, like, she was the head, and she was the regent for so long, it just gives people somebody to, like, metaphorically and physically throw tomatoes at.
Oh, I was gonna say shit on it. I was gonna be like, physically literally and metaphorically. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it just, and it just is, like political redirection, and it's not good for her or for the people who are cheering it on. So it's all just kind of, like, disappointing. And then, like, even to the, like, the thing you said about, like, oh yeah, like, nobody else would be shamed in this way. What was I gonna say about
not nobody else?
Or
other women are shamed in this way.
Yeah, it just is so, like, yeah, I don't know exactly what I was gonna say, but yeah, like, it's just wrong. Like, period. Yeah. There's just, it's just kind of not the right way to go about it.
Yeah, I agree.
I know what I was gonna say. Sorry. What I was gonna say is, okay, so it's like, okay, you atone, whatever, but I feel like, tell me if you agree, one of the things George is doing by writing it this way, and then having what is gonna happen with Cersei after, even the end of this chapter, I think is, like, it's like one of those big ways to prove that this shit doesn't even work, other than the fact that it's cruel, and it's, like, inhumane, and it's misogynistic, and all the things, like, this doesn't, Cersei would do the exact same thing after, like, this was miserable for her, and she hated it, and she was at her lowest, yet she would do all of it again. Because, like, these cruel punishments don't work. Like, it's the same way, like, hitting kids doesn't stop them from doing the things they were doing that made you hit them. In fact, it usually makes it worse. So it just, not only is it evil and all the things, it doesn't even work. Which I also is, like, I like that George R. R. Martin had that at the end in the exact same chapter. Like, and even the entire time, she's like, I just have to get through this. I just have to get through this, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Yeah, this was just like people wanting to jerk off to their own power.
Yeah.
That it's not going to, it couldn't achieve anything else. Yeah. Atonement, this is not atonement. Atonement is, well, okay, that's like such a deep conversation.
But it's certainly not, like shame is not atonement opinion, in this way, you know?
Atonement is as much outward as it is inward. Like, you need to, like, you know, reflect on the mistakes you made, but to atone for them, you need to make something better for the people you've harmed. Like, like being publicly humiliated, like, you know, that's not actually
atonement. Like, even attaching that to what I was saying earlier, like, atonement would be like, hey, these are the policies I'm putting in place to make sure you guys are fed better, because under my rule, you guys actually were like, cooking up rats. Like,
apologizing to Tommen for all the abuse she's put him in, for example. You know, like, that's one of the things I want her to figure out. And then, like, actually working to fix the mistakes she's made in her parenting styles, you know? So, like, so I wanted to cover the general, like, politics and the religion and the power plays behind everything, so that when we're talking about the chapter, we can just talk about Cersei and her internal journey, and we don't have to, like, keep pausing to be like, you know?
No,
and this is sexist, and this is patriarchal, and this is, you know, like,
because it would just be everything. We can just make a big red marker circle and say basically everything in this chapter is all of these things.
Yeah, and it's also just like a huge, like, patriarchy harms everyone. Even the people who benefit from it are also being harmed by it. Like, you know, like, if you enforce toxic masculinity, then people can't be people. Like, men can't just feel their emotions. Like, they, you know, like, you're also limited. Like, that's just one example of it. But like, in this, obviously the High Septon's, like, at the top of it, and he's like leading it, but all the people that are feeding into it, like the Septas, like, they are feeding into it, but make one mistake and you'll be the next one walking naked down the street, you know? Like, it's just it's a fucked up system. So
it's so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah. So people, let's just, like, all right. I think I, like, went a little too philosophical in my brain. I didn't necessarily, like, spew it out, so I need to, like,
come back in
from there.
Come back to Bravos and King's Landing.
Let's also talk a little bit about religion, since you brought that up. Like, this is also an overarching topic, like, the exploitation of religion. Like, I think we've talked about it with with Cersei's chapter. You know, the religion of the seven. Like, the religion is one thing, and then the way they utilize it, and, you know, all the power plays and everything that goes on, that's the other thing, and that's super messed up. Now, it's also kind of evident in the religion of, like the House of Black and White. They serve the many-faced god, they say, and they get their orders from the god. They don't choose who dies, except you can walk in and be like, you know, please kill this person, I'll die in their stead, or, like, you know, it's a little unclear exactly how it works. Because, like, in the first book, if you remember, Littlefinger is like, we can send one of the faceless men to kill Daenerys, but it's gonna cost us a lot. Do you remember that?
Yes. Yeah.
So if that, like, unless it was like George not having yet figured everything out, like, if that is
Yeah.
part of what they can do, if you can just pay somebody,
Then is it,
like,
but is it like, God bless this person to have enough money to pass? You know, the way sometimes things have to be justified. Like, I, because that's what I took it as. Like, it was like the, like, kind of like the hypocrisy where it's like, oh, we will take money from you if you have enough of it, because it means that clearly, like, it's like the many-faced God's blessing that you have that much money to be able to pay us. But then you're right, it is like, so then money is what governs, like,
and
that.
I know a lot of what they
Yeah.
do is, like, people come to their temple and are like, I'm ready for the gift, and also please
Right.
give the gift to this other person I hate, like, or something,
Yeah.
you know, like, or maybe it's
Yeah.
like the price is set based on what you have. Like, if all you have
Right.
is your life, then you give your life. But if what
Right.
you have is, like, you know, palaces and gold and whatever, then you got to give up your, like, you know, entire wealth, and then you get to give the,
Yeah.
you know. But so they make a whole point about, like, we don't kill anybody we know, we don't kill them for, like, personal pleasures or whatever, we only kill whoever.
Yeah.
But they do still hold the power to kill people. Like, they have this whole, like, system figured out where they can disguise themselves, like,
Yeah.
willy-nilly. Like, no, not willy-nilly, but basically willy-nilly, you know?
Yeah.
It's like intense power that they're getting, and then they're justifying it, having that power, by, like, linking it to this religion. And I would be willing to bet then that a few of them get off on killing people even if they don't know them, you know?
Yeah.
That still gives them some kind of satisfaction.
Yeah, because
So,
what
like,
he's
they're
preaching
wielding...
to Arya, because he's preaching to Arya this very, like, we don't partake, we're not doing it for pleasure, we're doing it, whatever, but, like, there's no way to check, or, like, even the way that Arya's been making it through by, like, sort of faking her way, you know?
Yeah, but I don't know if anybody can not fake their way. Like, how can you stop being who you are? Like, I don't believe that anybody can be no one.
Right.
Like, that's not,
like, how
really...
like, how could you ever put aside your biases and whatever enough for it to be,
like,
what you're saying?
Sure, maybe you, like, get a little bit, you know, like, numb to your past, or, like, I'm not finding the right words for it.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't believe any one of these people is ever completely no one. That's not a thing. Like, that's just not how humans work.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's an interesting dilemma, because you're like, oh yeah, like, God, because it basically, the justification kind of, I think, let me know if I'm interpreting things correctly, is like, the many-faced God works through us, you know, like, we're just kind of vessels, like, we're his instruments to like facilitate what he needs done, the debts that are owed to him, whatever, you know, like, take a life, like, whatever, right? Like, the checks and balances, whatever. But then it's like, you are just a human. How could you be an unbiased vessel? Like, you just can't.
Yeah, like, exactly. You can't be messenger of God. Like, that's not...
because then
God
because then that's also kind of hubris to... And I feel like that's also just, like, a thing in real world religions too, where it's like, well, God is speaking to me, whatever, like, I'm a priest, I'm a whatever of God, but it's like, wouldn't you say that that's kind of egotistical? Like, is it,
like,
you know,
what
to
makes
assume that
you so
are
special that God would choose you to speak through, like, of all like, every just so
it's just hard. It's hard. Like, it's so hard. That's the thing. Like, I don't know. I just feel like, it's hard. I don't, and but, like, specifically with, like, the religion of the House of Black and White, like, I just feel like I don't have all the details to even know what's going on. But, like, from what I've been told, this is how I feel, you know?
I still hold that they wield a lot of power in the name of this god and this religion. Like, and that is problematic. Like, it just is.
Yeah, and it also comes down to, like, even the story that, like, the girl whose face Arya inhabits. I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but
sure,
we all know what I mean.
Yeah.
We all know what I mean. So, and the kindly man tells her, like, hey, she went through a lot of pain and torture, And that's maybe one of the reasons why this is going to be a really tough face for you to put on for the first little while, right? Which, okay. But one of the, like, her dad, like, beat her up and, like, abused her or something. I don't remember the exact details, but, like, he, like, abused her, basically, in, like, multiple times, whatever. So then she has a lot of pain, whatever. And basically, she came in and, like, she prayed for her life to be taken. And then they took her life, but then they never killed him. He ended up, like, dying on his own time, whatever. And Arya kind of is instantly struck by this, and she's like, well, that's wrong. Like, we probably should have killed him. He was the perpetrator. But then the kindly man's like, we don't, whatever, you know, she wished
we
for
don't,
herself.
like, he says something like, you know, the many-faced god doesn't judge souls, or, like,
right,
whatever.
like, we don't dole out justice. But it's like, you still do. Like, you're still having like, you either end up like, your actions still contribute or take away from justice, even if that's not your intention, you know? Like, sure, you weren't going out for that, but, like, her dying and him not dying, like, you know? Anyway, but then, so he says that, and then there's also the example of, like, so Euron maybe hired Jaqen, and then Jaqen was able to whatever. Like, it's also just, like, the, like, if you can hire using money or using what you have, or
I think the theory there is that he gave the dragon's egg,
or sorry, the dragon's egg. Yeah, the dragon's egg. So then it's like, if you can just hire by paying the, like, I think it just comes back around to your first point, actually. I think I'm about to say the exact same thing you started off with, where it's like, well, then if you can just pay, like, if you just have the resources to pay a price, then it's like, not, because they claim we're not about justice. We don't dole out justice. We're not, our actions don't, like, bend towards or away from justice. But I feel like, if you're not trying to bend towards justice, aren't your actions inherently bending away? Because you're like, you killed the girl, but you didn't kill the guy. You, like, people like Euron are able to come to you. Like, if there's not a way to vet for good, then doesn't it naturally bend towards bad? Like, I don't know. So it's like,
that's
I don't know.
Interesting question.
Like, if you stood there,
I don't think I pondered, like, the justice part of it that hard.
Yeah.
I was just more like,
if you're not trying to be just, it's so much easier to just do things that are unjust. Who are the people who are going to have money? Like, and just all those things. Like, but then I guess it also just, I don't know, we've heard in this world a lot of times that, like,
I guess what we need is, like, a list of prices. Like, we need more clarification from the books about how you can, like,
or maybe
is it that, like, you can like, are the faceless men that you can hire the ones that have kind of gone rogue?
Right, they're not sticking. It's like, right, because there's
like,
always a bad sect of every religion.
But now they're gonna, like, not the skills. I literally meant to say skills.
Yeah,
but I said skins.
Yeah.
Like, they've, like, gained the skills to do this, but now they're like, actually, I'm a freelancer. So
so they're actually, like, using God's name in vain and, like, doing all the things, whatever. Okay, so that actually that could be an interesting dynamic. Like, that to
but
prove.
Like, I come back to all, we just, like, don't know. Even if it's, like, simply, you know, the many-faced god literally comes down and whispers a name in their ear. The fact that they have so much power to do this, and they're, like, justifying having that power as, like, a, you know, it's like the same thing with Melisandre, you know, like, I justify this sacrifice because it's what R'hllor demands of me. That doesn't, like, make
but
it
do
right.
you ever, like, even, because then it just becomes, like, a philosophical question. It's like, even if sacrifice, what was his name? Like, that Robert's bastard who our guy Davos got rid of, what was his name?
Oh, Gendry?
No, the one that Davos got rid of.
Oh, Davos got rid of.
You know the boy?
Sorry.
Like, the one that storms
yes,
in.
Edric Storm.
Edric, yes.
Sorry.
Okay,
There's
Edric's,
like, Robert had a lot of bastards.
There's so many of them. Oh my god, shout out. I think thinking of Arya made you think of Gendry. I think that's why you went there. I did think of, definitely. But even if, like, killing Edric would save the entire world. Like, that was, like, the ultimate sacrifice, and, like, it's gonna swing the balances in favor of us against the others. Like, you know, even if that fixes the world, would it be right for you to do it? Because you're taking, like, you know, then it just becomes philosophical, and then I get lost.
It's like,
like, should anybody ever have this level of power?
Like, it's hard to be like magic, and also I'm a utilitarian.
Yes. Yeah, totally. It's like, as soon as you really think about it, it's like, oh wait, actually,
like,
if
the
everybody
point of
doesn't have
is
magic,
like and religion and all that is like, you just gotta have faith. Like, it's more about faith than it is about like anything else.
Yeah, totally.
But is that enough justification?
Yeah, like, is that okay? No, like, it's, yeah, and it's not even like, yeah, like, that's not even a dig. That's just something that naturally comes up if you think about it, you know? Yeah, so it's just hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think we have kind of a thesis, but make what you will of that.
Yeah, those are just kind of our thoughts.
We want to hear what you think as well. If anybody has found that list of prices at, you know, houseofblackandwhite.co.uk.com or whatever, like, let us know.
So funny. Oh my god. What does .co mean?
I don't know, but all the URLs in the UK are like .co.uk.
Okay, interesting.
I should know because I've been looking at some of their planning a trip. But they're all like .co.uk. I don't know why.
Okay, interesting.
Maybe not all of them. Actually, now I need to know. Okay, you've asked an interesting question.
Yeah, because I've also seen that a lot, and I just never understood why it was .co specifically, you know? Like, is it like corporation or something?
The Co stands for commercial, and UK stands for United Kingdom.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So I guess businesses have like the .co.uk.
Yeah, that makes sense, because I feel like I've seen .co.ca a lot, like for Canada, like, or other stuff. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, anyway.
Like, there's also just .uk, but like .co.uk sounds more fun, so why wouldn't you use it?
Of course, yeah. Yeah, anyway, so let us know what y'all think. Yeah, it was interesting. It was an interesting ponder.
Yeah. Okay. Now that we've like done all the philosophizing, we may return to the plot. Speaking of which, you must summarize said plot for us.
Oh god, now we've gone so nitty-gritty. How am I immediately supposed to go not nitty-gritty and then back to nitty-gritty? Okay.
That is your problem. Okay. 3, 2, 1, Arya.
Okay, yay, Arya can see she's gonna become an acolyte. She has one more task. She's gotta kill a guy. It's gonna be her first kill that wasn't for, like, her own revenge, her own whatever. She didn't have stakes in it. She tries to fake justify it. Then she does, like, a super clever thing by pretending like she's stealing from him to exchange a Westerosi coin for one of their House of Black and White coins. And then the coin basically, like, poisons him because the guy is, like, an insurance agent, so he counts every coin, like, very meticulously. And then he dies without her having to ever even get close to him. Cersei, Cersei has to do a walk of atonement naked all the way from the Hive Septon place thingy, like the Sept, to the Red Keep. And she's like, oh, I can do this, I'm gonna girl boss, and then it's kind of like the worst time ever, and she's like promises to put on a brave face, but then she can't, like she ends up just, like, she at one point ends up crawling on all fours to just get through with it, and she finally gets there, and then, oh my god, she's got her Gregor and Stein, and his name's Sir Robert. Yeah.
Okay, stop. I mean, Frank and Gregor. Wow, right. You spent so long telling us the path of her walk. We don't need. That's implied. You didn't need to.
You know what? I was setting the scene.
Sure. Okay. All right. So let's talk about Arya's chapter. So it starts with a meeting of a bunch of the priests of the many-faced god, or faceless men, or whatever. There's 11, which is more than she has ever seen before, and each shows off their face, shows off the face they've chosen to wear for that day, which is How do they keep track of each other? Like, what if it's just some guy off the street snuck in and is like, "This is my face today," not just that it's my face every day.
That's so funny. You know, I do wonder, wouldn't it be so interesting, like, once you get high enough, like, once you become, because you know how Arya feels her face and it still feels like her face, but everybody else sees the face that she's put on. Maybe once you're like a priest, you can see people's real faces or something. Like, wouldn't that be so cool?
Okay, yeah, I was like, what is the biometric identification process here? Like, what's,
yeah,
what do they got to do? But that's an interesting thought. You can, that would be like even extra of a superpower.
Yeah, exactly. So then, like, nobody can come, because then that would also be like a precaution for like the people who've been chosen by God, quote unquote, like they've gone through all the trials and become a priest. They can never be like caught off guard in that way, you know? Like,
maybe I don't know. That's just, yeah, I wonder. I don't know how that would work, but I mean, they have all sorts of magic. So
because you want to know why I also want that to happen? Because then, if like Arya meets Jaqen and she's a priest, she'll know it's Jaqen.
Okay, see, but personally, I don't think Arya's gonna make it all the way to priest.
Okay, and that's valid.
Like, I think that's not like Arya's. Like, I think for now it's cool she's doing this, but I don't think that's her ultimate like path.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I think it would be interesting if she made it to priest and then had a crisis and was like, actually, I don't want to do this anymore. Like,
yeah, I don't want them to be able to see that, because I want Arya to put on a face and then surprise them and be like, all right, I'm giving y'all the gift. Or something like.
Christmas came early this year, motherfuckers. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, you get a gift. You get a gift. Yeah.
I don't know. But okay, so they are meeting because they apparently, like, I don't know how often they do this. Like, do they let the names accumulate? Are they like, is this a monthly meeting? Like,
this was so hilariously like bureaucratic for the House of Black and White. Yeah, I was like, so they're like, I'll give this man the gift, I know him not. Like, they're trying to have this like unbiased selection process. Like,
yeah, they like list each, like they say a name and then like everybody, they go around the table and then whoever doesn't know the person is like, okay, I'll take care of them. So that's just, yeah, that's how they do it. And Arya is there as like the water bearer, water cup bearer person, so she's just keeping them all hydrated. I mean, changing faces, it's a dehydrating, thirsty work. And then when they finally finish up, like after 3 hours of this, most people leave, but then there's this one guy who has like a very sickly face who hangs behind, and he seems to know all about Arya already. Like, once again, do they have like reports of our accolade? Like, how do they? I want to know all the.
Of course, actually, no, that happens on their weekly Zoom call.
Well, I was gonna be like, is there like a newsletter that they send out? Because like these people might be traveling all the time. Like, how do they know?
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, do they have meeting notes for people to catch up from when they were away?
Oh my god, yes. Okay. Yeah, obviously, first course of business, approve previous meetings notes. Yeah, minutes from the previous meeting. Okay.
Exactly.
So yeah, Arya tries to be like, I'm no one. I'm here to serve, to learn, to change my face. And they're like, you gotta change your heart first. You're Arya Stark. And her big giveaway is that she chews her lip whenever she's lying. And she starts doing that, and this guy slaps her. And she's like, you know what? Thank you. If I get enough slaps, I might stop chewing my lip. It was Arya that did that, not the Night Wolf. So she's thinking of herself as the Night Wolf now.
Oh my god.
And even the guy is like, you're lying. I can see it in your eyes. You have the eyes of a wolf. So like, can they like see deeper than like, or is it just because like, like Starks, wolves, or whatever? Like, are you just making that kind of a surface level connection?
Yeah.
Or are they actually like kind of in her mind a little bit?
Yeah.
But they don't seem to know about her warging abilities. So
yeah, it's interesting. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, maybe that's like so far removed from the many-faced gods. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting that they're like part of the way there, but like can't see like the newer developments, you know?
yeah. And the guy's like asking her about her time as cat of the canals and is like, you should go back to them. You're too soft to be with us. Your heart is too soft to be one of us. And
Mm-hmm.
Arya's like, I have no heart. I only have a hole. I've killed lots of people. I could kill you if I wanted. Which once again betrays, like, how can you have wants if you don't have a heart? Like,
Literally.
and this is when the guy's like, no, we don't want to kill people. We only kill because we never give the gift to please ourselves, nor do we choose the ones we kill. We are but servants of the god of many faces, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
And Arya's like, yeah, Valar Dohaeris, all men must serve. I get it. And he's like, you are too proud to serve. A servant must be humble and obedient. And Arya's like, I obey, and I can be humbler than anyone, which is just the most adorable.
Iconic.
She's a baby. I don't want her to be a murder baby. But also I want her to be a murder baby for some people. But for her sake, I don't want her to be a murder baby.
Yeah. Oh God, man.
And the guy laughs and is like, okay, fine, you'll be the very goddess of humility, I'm sure, but can you pay the price? And the price is you, the price is all you have and all you ever hope to have. And apparently he outlines like their training regimen. Because like first is, we took your eyes and gave them back. Next, we'll take your ears and you will walk in silence.
Oh my
you
God.
will give us your legs and crawl, and you will be no one's daughter, no one's wife, no one's mother. Your name will be a lie, and the very face you wear will not be your own.
What?
So I guess they just like train all the senses by taking one of them away at a time, or
yeah, or like yeah, that's so scary.
It's interesting. But yeah, okay. And Arya's like, it's fine, I'll pay the price, just give me a face. Mm-hmm. And they're like, okay, well, to do that, you gotta earn it, and you gotta earn it by killing a man. Mm-hmm. And it's a man you don't know, but tomorrow you're gonna be cat of the canals again, and you're gonna just watch. That's gonna be your first step of the task. God. And so the next day, she goes back to Brusco and his daughters, and they're like, what the fuck? But also, like, okay, welcome back. And then they're back into the swing of things right back again.
Literally.
I want to know, I want to interview these people, because I know they know that she goes to the house, like, of Black and White. Like, back in the day, she used to go, like, once a month or something, like, on a particular night, right? So they know she belongs to them. What do they think happened when she disappeared? Do they know that she killed that singer? Like,
right.
How much? Yeah, but they're just like, okay, welcome back. Let's get to it. Like, I love it. I kind of love them.
They're like, that's none of my business. Glad you're here, you know? Like,
yeah, get to work. Yeah, so she like from that day she like starts working as cat of the canals again. Mm-hmm. But particularly she follows the guy who's her target. Mm-hmm. I don't think we ever get a name, so we're just gonna call him the guy.
Yeah.
The insurance broker or agent, or I don't know.
Yeah.
And she's like every day she's like trying to justify why he needs to die. Like the first day she's like, he's too old, he's lived too long, way longer than my dad ever got to live, and that's why he should die.
Ouch.
The next day she's like, he is very rude, and his face is hard and mean, so that's why he deserves to die. And she goes to the House of Black and White and she's like, he's an evil man, that's why he should die. And okay, I did kind of like this ? the kindly man's like, he's just a man like any other with light and darkness, and it's not for you to judge him. The not for you to judge him part is not what I liked. It's just like, everybody's a little evil and everybody's a little good. But some people are a little more evil than good, and some people are a little more good than evil.
Yeah.
And this is when he's like, the many-faced God does not weigh men's souls. We give it to the best and the worst people. But the next day, the old man's hands were the worst thing about him. Kat decided the next day.
Oh my god. Yeah, this girl.
Okay, yeah, because she can't just kill a person for no reason. Like, she does. I think. So she goes and reports to the kindly man, like, oh, he's always fidgeting with his hands. He's too nervous. He's too scared. The gift will bring him peace. So, like, she's trying to justify it that way. And the guy's like, yeah, well, the gift brings everybody peace. And Arya's like, yeah, but when I kill him and he looks in my eyes, he's gonna thank me.
Oh my god, this
And he's
girl.
like, if you do that, you will have failed. He does not need to know that you did you were there at all. But so she's like continuing. She knows that he does some kind of business with ship folk, but he never sets foot on a ship himself. She just knows that people come to him and give him money, and he signs a piece of paper. He takes the money, and after, when all the coins had been counted and tasted, he gives them a piece of paper and seals it and all that.
Yeah, and she's like, he spoke in sharp tones to a parade of captain ship owners and other merchants, none of whom seemed to like him very much. And I was like, if that ain't the truth with insurance people, like...
Yeah, so he basically, he's like life insurance or just like ship insurance, like, all those things.
Kinda, both.
Yeah, so if anything happens to their ships, the captains can come back and like get money to replace their ship and whatever they lost.
Yeah. And
if they die, it's supposed to be that their families can claim the money.
Yeah.
But when Arya goes and like asks the kindly man what exactly it is he does, and he explains that this is what he does, but that sometimes it's not, what does he say?
It's one thing to write such a binder, and another to make good on it.
And this is where she's like, so like somebody, wants to give him the gift because he cheated them out of this. And I don't think Arya would have done this if she hadn't learned this piece of information.
Oh, interesting.
I do. Like, I know for them,
I actually didn't think about it that way, but I think you may have a point. Yeah.
That's why she's like spending all this time, like all these days, every day, she's trying to justify like why this guy deserves to die. And she like all the things she comes up with are, like superficial, like on the surface things. But like this is like something like actively wrong he's doing, like something he has cheated people out of. So now she can be like, okay, I can now I get it.
Right. I do still think it's different though, but I think it's maybe not as drastic of a step as it first seemed. Like the fact that she was willing to just be like, okay, this innocent quote-unquote guy.
Yeah.
But I do think it's still different, though, like the level of... Because I feel like everybody... this is not
like a personal grievance. This is like a grievance against society kind of thing. Like,
yeah, like you're scamming people, whatever. Yeah, I guess so, but I do still think it's different. Like, it's like... Because even the people that she had a personal grievance with, like, there was a couple where it just was like the stable guy, it just was like the reaction in the moment, whatever it happened. But then there's other people I feel like though where like she's killed people who like were really like, I feel like it was more than just like fleecing someone out of their money. Like it was like, oh, you're like evil, Because I just don't think that she like, and I don't I don't think that
say that last sentence part again.
Like everybody else, I feel like she's killed has been like, oh, they've harmed somebody. They're like it's a more personal harm. Like, I don't know if her as an 8-9-year-old, like, obviously she knows that this is
she's
wrong,
killed
but I don't think...
out of utility before, like...
Yeah.
When she and Gendry and Hot Pie were getting away from Harrenhal, she killed a couple of guards.
Yeah.
So that was like her first, like, straight up cold blooded, like, I need to
Right.
get
They
out of
didn't
here and
need
this
to
person
die,
is
but I
out of
get
my
it.
way or in my
Right.
way. I think eventually, like, if this had dragged on for a few more days and she hadn't found out, like, for like a good enough reason, she
Yeah.
may have killed the guy just to keep her place in the House of Black and White.
Yeah.
That would be like the utility part. But I think learning this helped her get there faster than she may have otherwise.
Right. Yeah, I think you're right, but I guess I just feel like it's still, like, I don't know, it still feels different because I don't think that like an 8-9-year-old understands this type of betrayal as much as she would totally understand the, like, torture, or like, I think the
I think
utility
she's
part
maybe
she's
10
grown to
now.
learn because she's been on her own for so long. Like, so like the, like, hey, I needed to do that for survival, like, I think she has the experience for that. And then for stuff like the people that we just don't like, it's like, okay, well, they were evil or they tortured somebody in this way. Like, I think that that's just easier to grasp than like, oh, this guy cheated this guy out of his money. Like, I think it's still, like, I feel like it's still a significant step, you know?
But it's not just like money, like somebody's like widow and kids go to this guy and they're like, okay,
Right.
that was our sole breadwinner,
Yeah.
please pay us the life insurance payout. And
Yeah.
this guy's like, oh, what guy? I don't know no guy. And now they're
Yeah.
like out in the street starving. So like
Yeah.
it's more than just like money has significance in this world.
Yeah. I just don't know if, like, you said she's 10 now?
I think she's at
Okay.
least 10
That
now.
makes sense.
I
Like, I
think we
just
had a
don't know if
John chapter
she's.
reflecting where she was like 10 or 11 or
Right.
something like that.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I agree with you. I just don't know if I believe that she understands that in the same way that she understands, like, something else that she's seen being done wrong. Like, I just don't know if she understands that the same way. Like, if the impact is the same.
I get what you're saying, but I still disagree with it. I think she
Yeah.
does understand it. I think she has seen enough of the world to, like, a
Yeah.
typical 8 or 9 or 10 or even 11-year-old.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But Arya, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, even like, it's one thing to write such a binder and another thing to stick to it. And she's immediately like, I see. Like,
Yeah.
like, a typical 9 or 10-year-old won't understand that.
Yeah. Our murder
Or
child
maybe they
has
would.
seen.
Like, I don't know. I'm so out of touch with kids, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I do think that finding out that this guy was cheating people out of, like, livelihoods basically helped her be like feel better about doing this than
Yeah.
she may have. Like I said, if she didn't get this piece of information, she would have probably done it a few days
Yeah.
later or whatever, because at that point it would have been like, do it or you're out of
Yeah.
our club,
Yeah. It's been too long.
and she's definitely killed for utility before, so she would
Yeah.
have probably done it then. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. So she, like, follows him again and she's like, well, how am I gonna do this? He's got guards. Like, if you're gonna be evil, you need guards because you're cheating people.
Yeah.
So these guards, like, are by his side day and night. They
Oh my
like
God.
taste his food before he eats it.
Mhm.
And they don't let anybody get close to him, like, all those things. And she's like, oh, he knows that someone wants to kill him. And the Conley man's like, he doesn't know, but he suspects. And then her first plan is like, okay, so whenever he goes to pee, the guards go with him. But whenever the guards go to pee, he doesn't go with them. So when one of the guards has gone out, I'll just kill him. And the kindly man is like, what about his guard? And she's like, I'll kill him too. And he's like, we're not a buy one get one free here. Like,
LOL.
We only give the gift to those who have been marked and chosen. Once again,
Mhm.
how exactly, we don't know. But, that's their rule.
Right.
And Arya's like, okay, fine. Kill him and kill him only. Fine.
Mhm.
And then it takes her a few more days to like figure out exactly how she's gonna do that.
Mhm.
So she doesn't tell us, but she what we see her doing is practicing pickpocketing,
Mhm.
uh, or like slitting somebody's purse without them knowing. Like, yeah, pickpocketing, but like she's practicing the moves because she hasn't done it in a while.
Mhm.
She's getting a
Yeah.
little rusty, but not after this chapter.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And so she does her practice, and you know, she's like, I'm ready. I'm going to make it happen tomorrow. And then this is when the Kylie Man's like, okay, great. Um, except you can't go with that face because people know that face. It's time you had another one.
Mhm.
So they take her down the temple, down many, many steps, and she's like been down to many of the cellars before, but never this deep. And they
Mhm.
like go down to the third level where only priests are permitted, and then they keep going, and they're like deeper they're like under even the canals is how deep they
Uh-huh.
get. Like, this is some, yeah, like this is a
Yeah.
lot. And then they finally go through another door, and once she goes through there's just faces
Oh my
everywhere.
god. Oh
uh
my god.
Everywhere she looks, high up, down below, left, right,
Oh my god.
just
Yeah, she's like, masks. It's only masks. But they were, even as she thought the thought, she knew it wasn't so. They were skins. I was like,
mm-hmm. And apparently, like she's been preparing dead bodies, like stripping them and stuff for a while now. But then
yeah.
we saw that, like, the other people come in and like take the bodies away, and she never gets to see what happens. Apparently
Yeah.
they slice off their faces and
Mhm.
store them here. Um and they can, like, the faces stay faces instead of just,
Yeah.
pulp on the ground,
Yeah.
and they can use these faces.
Mhm.
So they go like sit somewhere, and it's her turn to get one of these faces. And the way this
Mhm.
process works is they make a sharp cut,
Mhm.
maybe across her forehead, I think it seems like, right?
Mhm. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, because it was like then like blood is running down her brow and cheeks and chin,
Right. Yeah.
and she has to close her, like, they ask her to close her eyes first because like the blood will be
Mhm.
running down. And
Yeah.
then the kindly man like asks for the face, tells her
Mhm.
to drink something. It has
Yeah.
like a tart taste to it.
Mhm.
And he's explaining how mummers change their faces with artifice. Sorcerers use glamours, weaving light and shadow and desire to make illusions that trick the eye. These arts you shall learn, but what we do here goes deeper.
Mhm.
Wise men can see through artifice, and glamours dissolve before sharp eyes. But the face you're about to don will be as true and solid as the face you were born with. And then he
Wow.
tells her to stay still and that she might feel dizzy, but she can't move. And then there's like a tugging
Mhm.
sensation and a soft rustling as a new face is pulled down over the old. Like, pulled down, like, is it
Yeah.
like a surround, like a whole head
Yeah.
mask, or is it just like
The fate.
the face
I don't
part?
know. And the way she explained it, like she's like the leather scraped across, dry and stiff, but as her blood soaked into it, it softened and turned supple. Like, I was like, I cannot even envision this. Like,
Yeah. And then she feels like somebody choking her and hitting her, and like her
mhm.
she feels what we find out later is like her cheekbone shattering. And
Yeah.
the priest has to tell her to breathe, that it's not real, it's just the memories of the person, and she can see a guy like doing this to her, but it's just the memories of the person whose face this was.
Oh my god.
And she feels her face, and there's like dried blood crumbling at her fingers. And like she feels her face, but it feels the same as it ever did to her.
Yeah.
Apparently, the face has like a broken eyes and broken jaw, as well as a shattered cheekbone, and half the teeth are missing. But like when she feels for her teeth, all her teeth are there. Like she doesn't feel, a shattered nose or anything.
Yeah.
So like to her, everything feels normal. But to anybody looking, so it's kind of like face. It's like a mask plus a glamour. Like it's kind of both.
Yeah.
So okay, first off, the Kylie man's like, it's gonna be as real as the true and solid as a face that you were born with. My question is, if anybody else touches her face, what do they feel? Do they feel her face or the face she has put on?
I think they're gonna feel the face that she's put on.
Really? So only she can feel the face?
I think so.
Only she can feel her own face?
I think so. Because,
okay.
Yeah. Like, yeah, and I don't really know, I don't really have, like, a reason for that, I guess. I think because then it, like, I think that's one of the things that makes it different than just,
From
like, an
glamour.
illusion. Or, yeah, like, a glamour, and, like, yeah, like, I think that there's, like, I think that...
Yeah, like, if you need to get up and close to somebody and they're gonna be touching your face, they don't, they can't.
Yeah, and I think the fact that it's, like, I think the fact that the face... like, gives you these memories, and in her case, I guess, like, gives her those bad dreams, like, not the memories, sorry, but, like, she's reliving that, like, traumatizing experience through the memories and the whatever, and how it feels. Oh my god, I'm not explaining this well, but I feel like that also, and the fact that she's physically putting on the girl's face, I feel like that is what people would feel, because she still is putting it on. I think there's just
but, like,
something
things like teeth and bones, those are like underneath the face. Like, how do those?
But how would it morph over the face? Like, I feel like whatever answers that question answers the other ones, you know? Like,
enough.
it's not
magic. The answer is magic.
Like, it is some sort of magic, but it feels like that feels like way too rudimentary of a word to use. Like, it's like, oh, it's magic, but then but a glamour is also magic, but this is so much more high tech, you know? So it's like, what is if that's magic, what is this?
Also, another question that I don't have answer to. Does it change the body structure of the person wearing the mask? I was gonna ask
you that too, because like, then it's because is it helpful that she's wearing a little ugly girl's face? Like, is that one of the reasons it was chosen for her? Because her body matches it, and her body wouldn't change, so she can't wear, like, an old man's face? Or, like, like, I don't, is it like once she becomes an adult, she can start putting on anything? Because you can just, like you can
just be a really tall kid.
Yeah, like, not like a really tall kid, but, like, then it's like, oh, you're an adult, and, like, I don't know, like, maybe you would just, like, if your body doesn't change a lot, then maybe, like, looking more androgynous would be beneficial for the job, or maybe your body does change, like, I don't know, you know? But I feel like, is that one of the other reasons? Or maybe that's, like, once you get more training, those things become a part of it, but because she's just an acolyte, we give her the mask that already matches, so we don't have to do a full transformation. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, those are really all the questions I have.
I'm just making things up to answer our own questions. I'm like, I don't know.
Also, like, they make a cut, at least one cut across her forehead. Does that like scar? Yeah. You know?
Probably, right? You think.
And like if they're doing this every day, you know, how many
Right. Like,
does the scar ever heal? Like,
right, or is it like a mark of, like, what you do? So then, because also one of the things she recalls is Jaqen putting, like, moving his hand down his face, and it, like, revealed a different face.
I think what he did was a glamour, because he definitely didn't have time to put on an actual face in that second.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Well, I don't know, but I figure that they use all of the methods and they use the one that makes sense for each situation. Yeah.
That's true. And also he was so far away, so maybe he wouldn't have had the right, like, he could have grabbed a couple faces. Or maybe he had a face,
like, he has, like, whatever his face is, and then he had a face on. And that was, like, and then he put on a glamour to be the Jaqen face. Yeah, and then when he moved his head down, he was removing the top layer of glamour, and then he still had a fake face underneath, which is...
Because the reason I bring that up is if it leaves a scar, that face wasn't scarred. But you're right, if that was a fake face, and then he had a glamour on top, of course the fake face wouldn't have scars. It's a fake face. That would be so high-tech. If he'd done all of those things. It's giving you forget to take your first layer of makeup off and you go to bed, and then the next day you have to rush out so you cake on a second layer instead of taking off the first.
Ew, gross. But sure. It's also giving George hadn't quite figured out the magic stuff yet.
Right, of course. That was so many books ago. Oh my god, yeah. And then the one other thing I wanted to mention before we move on is, like, when she goes into the chamber, like, with the rooms or whatever, there's, like, side passages. Like, there's a tunnel walled with human bones with a roof with columns of skulls. So I'm like, not only can you use the bodies in, like, the many faces way, there's also, like, it's like, oh, we're using the entire body for different things. Like, they figured...
Or do they use these bones if they need to change the structure of somebody's body? Like,
maybe, yeah. Maybe that's the, like, inner sanctum that will be revealed to her later.
That's like level 5.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, anyway, lots of questions, barely any answers.
Yeah. So, the kindly man warns her that she might have bad dreams for a while because the person whose face she's put on was badly beaten by her father, like, often. And she was never truly free of pain or fear until she came to us. And she asked for the gift for herself, not her dad. And Arya's like, you should have killed him. But the kindly man's like, yeah, well, he died later anyway.
Yeah.
Don't know how, or if it was just like, you know, he lived to be old enough that he died or whatever.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's it. She's got a new face now. She's walking out.
Yeah.
And as she's leaving, she's like, this like stood out to me. As they made their way back to the steps, the empty eye holes of the skins upon the walls seemed to follow her. For some reason, I assumed that the eyelids on all these faces were closed.
Oh,
the fact that they're open is like, you know?
Oh, I hate that so much. Oh my god.
Right? Like, it's one thing for there to be a face when the eyelids are just closed and, you know, whatever. Dude. But now there's, like, open eyelids.
Yeah, and I've seen a face that was dead, like, in real life, where the eyes were still open, and I was like, oh my god, close the eyes, you know?
Wait, you have seen a dead body?
Yeah.
What? Wait.
Yeah.
Where? Can you talk about this here?
I think so. Yeah. Well, okay, but it's the thing where I was so young, I don't know if it's I don't know if it's my memory or somebody else's memory. Like, recollected to me, and then my memory got made up in that way, you know?
Sure.
But yeah, I remember being at, like, my grandfather's brother's funeral when I was, like, 2 or 3 years old or something.
What? And you definitely don't remember that.
Well, it's possible, because things that kids that young are most likely to remember are traumatizing moments. That's why I don't want to dismiss, like, maybe I do remember, like, right. I don't know. I really don't know, you know?
Okay.
But I just remember,
I thought this was more recent.
No, this was, well, recently I've seen, like, just photos, but it still was so striking because I was like...
Of dead bodies?
Well, yeah, because, like, when my grandma died, like, they took
at the funeral.
Photos at the funeral and, like, videos because we weren't there, you know?
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
but it obviously it was still striking because I was like, your eyes are open and I am aware that you're dead. But like
Sometimes, isn't it like on some corpses they can't close the eyes because they're just kind of. Isn't that a thing?
They've rigor mortis that way. That's not a
Yeah.
verb, but like they've just frozen that way, I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that might have been what happened, or maybe they just didn't want to. I don't know, but I just remember seeing those photos and being like, "Oh my god, your eyes are open." So now I'm just like, thousands of those as you're walking. Like, of course, it feels like they're tracking
But also,
you.
there's
You
no
know?
like eyes behind it. It's just dark,
Oh
nothing.
yeah. Oh my
Right?
god. Yeah. No, that's so creepy.
Oh, that's another question. Does her eye color change? Because like her like appearance of her teeth changes, so eye color can also
Yeah.
possibly change.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
Yeah,
guess like
good
they never
questions.
use these faces to necessarily like imitate anybody. Like they're not trying to like live
Pose as
this
that
person's
person.
life.
Yeah.
So
Right.
they don't need to look. They just need to not look like themselves, and that's the main goal, I guess.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Like it would be
Um,
so, it would be so interesting to introduce like some like purple-eyed person that has like a different glamour, or like it's like they have one of these many faces on or something, but then you still see the purple eyes and you're like, what's this Targaryen doing here? Like if Aegon somehow ends up here doing this, and then you're like, oh, proven eyes
yeah.
don't change,
Or is it that all the people that have purple eyes that we've met are all under glamours or faces of other people?
Whoa. We get
Yeah.
like a dead Targaryen face in here. Like we get a few dead Targaryen faces and we're set
Yeah.
for the people who want to imitate it. Oh my god.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just like still like creeped out by it. I think earlier on this podcast I've had the realization that I haven't seen, or like I haven't seen a dead body that I remember seeing a dead body. Like
Yeah.
I may have as a kid, but I don't remember it, and I don't
Yeah.
know how I will deal with it when
Yeah.
I inevitably
Actually, you know what? I
come
do
across
remember
it.
now that I'm thinking back to like my grandfather's brother's funeral thingy. I definitely like I know this part is definitely a memory because I remember being like really close to the body and it was like super covered up. I just don't know if I saw anyway. I'm getting lost. I'm getting lost in the sauce. Moving on.
Yeah. Sorry, folks. There's a lot of bodies in this, or like
Yeah.
lack of bodies or body adjacent things in this chapter. Okay,
Yeah.
we have got to get a move on. Okay, so she she can't sleep. And it's not necessarily like the memories of this girl that are keeping her awake. It's like just the faces staring at her that she remembers.
Yeah.
So the next day, you know, it's
yeah, and
time
it's
to
like
get
all
up
the
and go.
people, it's like her family and stuff, but then it's also like all of the people that she's killed or been adjacent to dying.
Oh yes,
Which
yes.
was really scary too, because like
Oh,
seeing all
actually,
those things come back to you.
Yeah, she sees her dad, her mom, her brothers.
Yeah. Like all the
Yeah.
people that she feels responsible for, and I was like, oh girl, this is scary. What are we
Yes.
doing?
Sorry, I somehow that's important. Yeah, that also happens for Cersei later. She sees a bunch of the dead. But we'll get there when we get there. So it's day, time to go. She does her silent prayer. We all know it. And then it's down to the costume vaults because they keep the clothing from everybody who's ever come to die there. And there's all sorts of options, but she's like, since this is an ugly face, I'm gonna choose some ugly garbs. That's her like justification.
Oh my god.
And she gets her, she gets dressed, and then she gets her little finger knife ready to go. And so she makes her way across the harbor. And she's just like, remembering the sight. She's like, that one time the sailor's wife showed me, told me all the tales of the city's strange gods. And there's a lot of them, but the one that I found interesting was that the pattern maker's maze is one of the temples. And apparently only those who learn to walk it properly will ever find their way to wisdom, the priests of the pattern say. I don't know, the pattern maker's maze. It's just, it spoke to something in me.
Yeah.
And she's like reflecting on the people she sells the clams and cockles and stuff with.
Mm-hmm.
And she's watching sailors hang out, and her old friend Taganaro is playing with a ball with his dog Casso, and and Tagaro doesn't recognize her, but Casso barks at her and claps his flippers.
Yeah.
Flippers. What is Casso a dog?
I don't know.
Or is Casso a seal? Oh, I think Casso's a seal.
Oh, it does say King of Seals.
Oh, okay. Casso is definitely a seal. I think I saw barked and immediately. I guess seals bark too. Okay, sorry. But Casso seems to know her. So, like, the theme continues of, like, animals not being fooled by this disguise thing. Yeah, okay. Moving on. Oh, what if she, like, meets, at some point, like, John or Bran or Rickon under disguise, but then their wolves recognize her,
That would be so sweet. Oh, imagine.
Okay.
Maybe one day.
Yeah. So she goes not to the guy is there counting his coins as usual, but that's not where she's heading.
Mm-hmm.
She actually spots this one guy who she knows comes for business to the other guy often. Oh my god. To the insurance agent.
Yeah.
The sailor who frequents the insurance agent often.
Mm-hmm.
And she can tell that he's on his way to make another policy agreement, right?
Yeah.
So she goes and cuts his purse and spills coins everywhere and runs away like, oh my god, I don't want to get caught, and goes and hides somewhere.
Yeah.
And then once it's been like an hour, she just goes home, or like to the temple, and she's like, it's done.
She climbs up a building and makes her way back.
Yeah. And she gives the kindly man a golden dragon, and he's like, how'd you get this? We're not thieves. And she's like, I didn't steal. I just exchanged my coin for one of his.
Wow.
And so what happened is the guy, once he got in dropping all the coins, she dropped in a poisoned coin in there. And the guy gathered all those up, paid the insurance agent. The insurance agent obviously bit the coin, testing it for gold, and died soon after because of the poison. Now, I'm a little bit concerned for the initial guy because, like, he touched that coin.
I was thinking that too, but then I was like, hey, I guess you have to, like, maybe he, like, washes his hands regularly and got saved, be like,
He's a very sanitary gentleman. He took care of that.
This is why we should make sure our hands are washed, kids.
Exactly.
So that no one can poison.
But it's also a great callback to the prologue of book 4, if you remember, where Pate gets paid with a golden dragon, and he's like, I don't know why, but people are always biting their gold, so I'm gonna do it too. And then he dies, and then he stares up at his own face looking at him.
Holy shit. That was not on my mind at all. That hasn't been on my mind in a year.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Wow, so that's like a technique, because even Arya, when she's like, I sharpened my like little knife on a little whetstone, and then the waif helped me with the part I had trouble with, and I was like, what did she help you with? And
because she and the waif are always training on poisons.
Right, that makes sense. And I guess in the moment, I I assumed that she was helping her, even after the chapter was over, I assumed she was helping her, like, with the, like, changing quickly of it all, but that makes so much sense. So this is, like, a technique that she's gathered from them that she was able to do so seamlessly.
Yeah. And if you like
Wow.
remember that these both books were supposed to be one, it makes even more sense that like, you know, George would put that in and then it would be like explained here, or also like we would remember that and come up with the solution to this, you know, kind of thing.
Wow. Okay. That's so cool. Why did he get a coin again? What did he?
Remember he had to steal, like Jaqen wanted him to steal a key for him.
Right.
And in
Yeah.
turn, he would pay him a golden coin, which he would pay to like have
Right.
sex with this one girl that he really liked or something.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay. That's so interesting. Okay, that makes so much sense. Because then by the end of the chapter, I was like, okay, so clearly this is a technique of theirs, but like, I also, after the kindly man was impressed with her, I was like, oh, is that a technique that's like super hard to get away with or something? So that's also why he was impressed. I didn't, but then maybe that's still true because that guy was probably like an expert, the guy who got paid too.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay,
Jaqen.
that's so interesting. Oh wait, that was literally Jaqen. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Okay, go off. Wow. Jaqen is like Jaken's like Arya's dad in a way, you know? And she's doing.
Yeah, well, she didn't learn it from him. She probably learned it from
I
the
know,
wife
but like
in
the
her many,
like
many prison
father,
lessons.
like daughter, like he led her down this path.
I don't know. I think that's a stretch. But anyway, so her job is done.
Hey,
And then,
it feels like she spent as much time with him as she got to spend with her real dad, so
inaccurate, but okay. That night she gets her face back. They don't show us how. Like, do they pull it off? Do they have to like cut it off? Like, who knows?
Yeah.
But then she also gets a nice soft thick robe of an acolyte, black on one side and white on the other.
Aww.
And then she gets some news. So the next day, she's going to go to Isambaro to begin her first apprenticeship. And she can take some clothes from the vaults, but they're already looking for a certain ugly girl. So this time we got to give you a new face, and maybe a pretty one this time, as pretty as your own. And of course, who are you? No one. So what do you think this apprenticeship is gonna entail?
I think we take your ears, you do the thing, then we give you another task. This time it's a little bit harder. Like, I think it's just kind of like upping the stakes, meeting some acolytes maybe, training with them, learning more skills. Like, you think it's a mission?
We have heard the word or the name Isambaro before.
I don't remember a thing. This means nothing to me.
Let me see if it's in the appendix.
Okay, cool. I couldn't find it on a map, so I just was kind of like...
No. Isambaro is a person.
Oh, I thought... Oh, on the morrow you will go to Isambaro. Oh, I thought it was like, you're gonna go to Pentos, you know? That's why I looked on the map. I didn't even think to look at the appendix.
Yeah, like, it's not loading for me. Do you want to just go to the Bravo section in the appendix and...
Yeah. Yeah, I do not see Isambaro.
Okay, maybe we don't know the name. I don't know why I thought, but it really maybe it sounds like another name we know. Where did I get that? I have no idea.
We do have a lot of names that are like R-O at the end.
I swear it's in one of Arya's chapters. But maybe it's like, you know, Poppy Barrow or something like I don't know. I couldn't think of a single name, but like,
That's
you know,
funny. Yeah.
Like it's something else Barrow.
Are you just control effing both books or something?
I'm trying to. Now I want to go and find all of Arya's chapters.
Oh my god.
Wait. Okay, give me 1 minute, please.
Okay.
So you think it's okay now that like I'm like it's a person and you thought it was a place. So does your prediction still stand about, or do you want, sorry, should I say that all again because you're eating? Okay. Tell me when you're done eating.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay. So Oh God. Okay, so I wasn't able to find anything. Maybe I was just thinking of her friend Taganaro or whatever that guy's name was. But since it's not a place like you thought, like it's a person, does your prediction still stand that it would be her like losing her ears and continuing to practice that way? Why would she need a pretty face for that? Like, you know?
I don't know. I just assumed it was like, oh, so you can get away, and it'll be like the opposite of what you looked like when you commit the crime.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just thinking. Yeah, like maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Like maybe he's got like a specific thing he makes acolytes do. Or maybe this is some more sexist shit. Like, I don't know. Maybe she's got to be pretty because she's got to, like, woo people or something. Like, something annoying and stupid, you know? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I don't really know what his reputation is.
Fair enough. I don't think we can expect you to predict anything else, like, given the information you're given.
But I do hope that we have one more Arya chapter before this book's over.
I mean, don't you want a chapter for everyone before this book is ever over?
Totally, but with Arya, it's just like, I really don't know where she is, you know? At least with some of these people, I'm like, John is at the wall. Like, he's not gonna be not at the wall, you know? So it's just
well, they probably wouldn't be concerned about her being recognized if she were leaving Bravos, so I'm pretty sure she's gonna be in Bravos.
Right, that probably should have been my other tip-off, that it was not a location. I also assumed, like, maybe it was, like, a specific point in Bravos, and that's also why it wasn't on the map. Like, I wasn't necessarily thinking, like, oh, this is so far away. I just was like, oh, it's a place, you know?
Sure. Okay, cool. I'm just trying to think if there's, I mean, I can't think of anything to predict on. We talked so much about the logistics and the magic and whatnot, so are you ready to move on?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So, Cersei.
Oh my god, this
It starts with the night before, and the fact that she didn't get any sleep night before also sucks. You know how I can, like, the way to torture me would be to deprive me of sleep. I guess I've just given that out to the world now. Just kidding. But yeah, and she's, being her usual self, like, I'm gonna be great. I'm a lion. Jamie and I used to dare each other to go into the lion's cage, and he never did, but I stuck my hand in there one time, but he pulled me away. And I dared him to go pull the lion's mane after, and he wouldn't do it, so he's a coward. So, like, usual Cersei stuff.
Yeah, which is also so, like, I feel like it's George just kind of reiterating, like, Cersei does not think about the consequences. She kind of is always in it for, like, the bravado of it all, you know? Like, she wasn't like, hey, this might eat me, and then Jamie pushed her aside. Like, I feel like this is kind of, like, even, like, the unleashing Gregor onto the world. Like, I don't know. This is pretty standard Cersei.
Yeah. Also, it's one thing to stick your hand in a lion's cage, which obviously dangerous, but then her dare, like, return dare to Jamie is, like, pull the mane. That's a lot. That's a next level, you know?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. But apparently, she's gotta do this walk. And her uncle said it was the only way to save herself. So I was like, I mean, I've read this before, so I know it was happening, but I was a little bit confused. Like, how did we go from the last chapter where Kevin brought up the walk and she was like, no, I would rather die. No. To this.
Yeah. So, and like, I literally, that's what I said to you. You were like, do you think she's going to do the walk? I was like, obviously not. She said she wouldn't. Like,
yeah. So, like, we left that chapter and it's like her being like, give the King's Guard position, give the cloak to Qyburn, he'll know what to do with it, you know? But apparently that like conversation, we got like only half of that conversation, because
Yeah.
after that it seems they talked and the deal was, I'll do this if you do the walk,
Right.
because you have to like atone for the part, like for the quote unquote sins you have confessed to,
Yeah.
even though you'll still be tried for the other ones. So like even if she gets tried for the other ones, Robert Strong, we should start calling him maybe,
Yeah.
may save her there, you know, but she still will be kept hostage by the Sept because she wouldn't have atoned for her other sins.
What? Can you say that again?
Okay. So you know how she's got like 2 sets of crimes she's accused for?
It's the ones that she's admitted to and the ones that she hasn't. She was like, I'm not guilty. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so the ones she hasn't admitted to, they're like, we still gotta hold you to trial, right? For those ones?
Right. But the ones that she's admitted to, now she can move on to atonement.
Yeah.
And that's what the walk is for.
Yeah, so I'm saying, like, if she goes, like, if she doesn't do the walk now and they try her for the second sins, and even if she's, like, found not guilty,
right,
via trial, they'll still hold her here until she atones for the set 1 of sins.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Or
so that's why she's got to do this before the trial.
Yeah, and then the second thing is, like, she could, alternative is that she could refuse, like, be like, no, actually I take back my confession for these two, and lump it all into the trial.
Yeah.
But it seems to have been too late for that because she's already confessed to them. You know?
Yeah.
Like, technically, I guess she could be like, actually, I take that back. That was a confession under duress. I didn't do it. Try it all. And then she wins the trial, and then she doesn't have to atone for anything, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But practically, it would be very difficult to take back what she's already confessed to.
Yeah.
And also, they will go back to making her life miserable until that trial happens.
That's true.
And apparently, Kevin's deal was, I'll give this cloak if you do the walk. Which I'm like, Kevin. That's also like a, you know?
Yeah.
I was sympathizing with you.
Yeah, you're literally my uncle. Like, this is insane. And that's the thing, it's like now there's multiple reasons she has to do the walk. Like,
yeah.
Like, even Kevin is like...
So, yeah, like, I guess what I don't understand is why Kevin insisted that she has to do this. Well, maybe what I get is maybe that he sees this as revenge for what she did to Lancel. But it's, once again, it's like harm to the Lannister house, you know?
Right.
It's like a bringing down of the upper classes overall. So, like, this is actually going to harm Kevin, too.
I guess what I was thinking about with Kevin was, like, maybe this is, like, he talked to the High Septon and, like, because you know how Kevin probably sees, like, hey, maybe, like, arming them and doing all these things wasn't the most amazing thing. So maybe he sees this as, like, a short-term loss for a long-term better relationship with the High Septon and, like, able to control his actions and his army a bit more, maybe? Like, I don't know.
By giving into what he wants? Like,
yeah, I don't know if he's necessarily right. Like, I don't know, I was just hoping that he wasn't just being misogynistic and, like, vengeful.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess... if I'm being super cynical, I can see why he did it. But I don't...
You don't love it.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't. But that's, like, what it has become for some... Like, somehow that's where we're at. Yeah, maybe my thoughts will come together as we go through the chapter.
Yeah.
A little bit more, but... Yeah. And maybe the other part is she's just, like, not willing to wait until a trial, you know? She wants to be back at the castle with Tommen, or, like, just, like, out of the clutches of these people.
Yeah, that's true.
So, like, I understand why she would give in. I guess what I was like, I don't understand why Kevin advocated for it so hard. Or, like, he made it a bargain where, like, you do this and then I will
Yeah.
give
I
the
guess
cloak
maybe
to.
also, like, he was, like, I guess another way I guess didn't really want to think about it, but it's totally possible, is also, like, he's worried that if Cersei kind of gets out of this, she's gonna be able to find her way back. Like, obviously he's the hand now
Yeah, so
and all the
maybe
things.
he wants to break her spirit too.
Yeah, break her spirit and also, like, embarrass her in a way that she can't come back from. So I think that could also be part of it, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Or I guess it doesn't like fully say that the bargain is you do the walk, I'll give the cloak.
Mm-hmm.
But that is what I feel is implied through
Yeah.
through the
Yeah,
chapter.
and she almost kind of says that right at the end. Like, it really does
Mhm.
feel like that's kind of, yeah, the deal.
Yeah, so I don't know. The only thing that kind of makes sense is that Kevin was just like, I hate what you did to my kid, so this is a revenge for that, you know?
Yeah.
Um or you know, he's just like all the other terrible people and
Yeah.
okay. So, okay, we have got to move past this. I'm sorry. I have got to move past this. I have somehow gotten stuck on this point. Not somehow. I am famous for getting stuck on random points, but here we are. Blah blah blah. Okay, so
There's a lot of Jamie is my knight in shining armor
but
sort of.
where's he at? I don't need him.
Yeah.
It's that it's that thought process over and over and over again.
She's like, if only he were here. If only he had a hand. If only he hadn't run off with that girl Brienne. Like, remember back in the day when he would have done anything for whatever, I don't need him. Like, it's just all of that.
There's a lot of that, yeah. So, it's the day the three septas come to get her, and the first thing they're doing is shaving her, like head to toe, literally.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like the moment when she says when they cut off like the hair on her head. She's like, "My crown. They took the other one away, and now they're stealing this one as well."
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, that was like, yeah, that hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently she has to be as she was born, quote unquote.
Get the fuck out. Get the
Yes.
fuck out.
They get her robed to to walk through the sept so that any worshippers may be spared the sight of naked flesh. And even she's like, "Seven save us all, what hypocrites they are." And like, exactly, like
That's
Cersei's
the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. This is another thing I want to say at the beginning. This is one of the chapters where I agreed with Cersei's thought process the most that I ever have. Because, especially because, like I said at the beginning, like, she has spent a lot of her time, like, thinking about women in this way, and I feel like it's like one of those things where, like, you internalize it and then you do it to other people, but you're really only able to see clearly when it's happened to you. And it's like this, like, tragedy when it comes to oppression, where, like, so many people fall into that trap, even though, like, they can only see it clearly when it's something that's happening to them. Like, that thought just does not carry forward into other things. So it just was like, it was like the, like, sympathy and the, like, sadness that I felt for Cersei mixing with the, like, hey, can we, like, take this into account when we're making decisions, please, Cersei? You know? So it just was like all these things mixing together. But yeah, I will say, like, this was like the most, like, Cersei, I'm with you 100% on this than I've ever felt with her, you know? Like, there just was so many moments where she was pointing out
she comes up with to take down the church, I'm completely behind, as long as it's effective.
Yeah, totally, yeah. I might not like the other parts of her scheme to take down Stannis and to find Sansa and kill her and all those things, but, like, this I'm down with. Yeah, like, it just is so, like, she was kind of nailing it. Like, yeah.
So the whole time she's like, none of this matters. I am leaving, and that is all that matters. I just gotta get to the Red Keep. I gotta get to Tommen. And, like, honestly, I think she approaches this with the best attitude for something like this. Like,
yeah.
Genuinely,
there were moments where I kind of was, like, in admiration of her. Like, obviously, the ultimate tragedy ends up like, one of the things that ends up happening is, like, Cersei is so, like, strong-willed and headstrong, but like even she can't make it through because it just is like, it's terrible, it's awful, it's evil, it's so gruesome, and like it's so bad. Of course, like anyone would have crumbled, but it's like even Cersei crumbled, and that like, and she has so much, like, if there's one skill Cersei has, it's like self-confidence and like self-ego and like whatever. So it just really is like, it broke even her to the point where she was like crawling on all fours, you know, like it compelled Cersei to do that. But even when she did that, I still was like kind of just as proud of her as when she decided she wasn't gonna show it. Because either way, it was like I feel that it takes the same amount of bravery to be willing to break down when you know you have to, that it does to try and put on a brave face.
Oh, I think being vulnerable takes even more bravery than
I just wouldn't call this necessarily vulnerability. Like, I agree with you. I just don't know if I would define like this. It was kind of like thrust upon vulnerability. You know, it's like it's different because it's like people are gonna perceive like that's not how people are gonna see it. You know. So like regardless of what she did, I was like,
this is not something that should be inflicted on anybody.
Yeah.
And well, for like messed up reasons, she's like, I'm not gonna like cower and hide myself and whatever at the beginning. And I was like, and I'm just gonna keep my eyes on the target and I'm just gonna look there. I was like, this is actually the only coping mechanism that might get her through this, you know?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And then
Okay, so at the door of the sept, they meet a dozen of the warriors' sons, and the captain is Sir Theoden. I'm not going to remember that, so don't expect me to. I'm Sir Theoden the True. Oh my god, to introduce yourself as somebody the True is just ridiculous. But he is in charge of escorting her through the city, and among his 11 companions is Lancel.
All fucking Cell.
Yeah. He gets to like, yes, exploited child, all of those things. But also like he just gets to be like literally the knight in shining armor now. Like just once again the hypocrisy. Okay. Anyway, she's like, okay, let's go. So they go outside and immediately like there's strong winds blowing in, that I remember that it's like officially winter now, and I'm like, oh my god, that's the second, like, that just adds to the terribleness of it. And as she's standing on the steps, she remembers that this is exactly where she stood when Ned was beheaded.
Wow.
And how like it wasn't supposed to be that way. Varys and Littlefinger had worked out the terms, and Ned had swallowed his precious honor and confessed his treason. And I was gonna make Sansa a good marriage, not with Joffrey, but like probably a Lannister marriage, somebody like Lancel even.
Oh my god, yeah.
And she recalls that Peter Baelish had offered to wed the girl for himself, but of course that was impossible because he was much too lowborn. Yeah. First off, big fat ew. Yeah. Second off, second time that Peter gets like
rejected from marrying a Tully girly.
Yeah, and for being too lowborn and whatnot. So like he reinforced that, grievance in him.
Yeah.
But like this makes it clear he's been creepy. I mean, honestly, like it was clear then too, but extra clear that he's been creepy as fuck.
We've been new.
Yeah, but Joffrey didn't do any of that. Joffrey commanded that Ned Stark's head be struck off, and Lord Slint and Sir Ilan Payne had hastened to obey.
Oh my god.
And didn't... man. See, it's been so long. We've been doing this literally for like 6 years.
Yeah, like, Ned died like 4 years ago. Like...
So... I think at some point we did talk. Was it like Varys who suggested maybe Littlefinger was behind Slint, like behind suggesting this to Joffrey or something? Do you remember that?
Maybe. That is vaguely ringing some bells.
And that he had like Slint was like Littlefinger's person, so like
right. So of course he was ready to
like,
go.
yeah, I think Varys was like, they were so like, how were they so ready to go? Like, you know?
Right. Like there was no even hesitation because that was like a side plan that they had worked on.
So I can't remember where the source of that is, but I think there is something out there that like Littlefinger pushed Joffrey towards this.
Right.
And
yeah. Oh my god.
So anyway, reflections on the past.
Wow.
And then this plaza is full again, full with all the people, and they're staring at her this time. And there's also like, the crowd is also dotted with what she calls the poor fellows, or like as they're called, the poor fellows, who make up the army of the faith.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess there's these like warrior sons, which are the fancy guys. Mm-hmm. And then there's like the foot soldiers, or people just like, you know, fighting with whatever they can find, and those are the poor fellows.
Yeah.
Aptly named. But yeah, so they're there too. But her uncle's nowhere to be found, and she's like, yeah, no, that's no surprise. Sir Kevin had made his views plain during his last visit. Her shame must not be allowed to tarnish the honor of Castle Rock. No lions would walk with her today. This ordeal was hers and hers alone. Which, once again, Kevin, I am side-eyeing you a lot. Like, a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she looks up to the other hill, to the Red Keep, and she's like, it's not so far. And Tommen is there. Mm-hmm. Once she reached its gates, the worst of her travails would be over. She would have her son again. She would have her champion. Her uncle had promised. So once again, this kind of reinforces, like, get mm-hmm. there and then you'll have that. So yeah. And then Septa and Ella does the, here's a sinner, watch her sin, or atone for her sins, or whatever. Mm-hmm. And as Septa and Ella is going on and on, Cersei flashes back to, I don't know if I spoiled you on this, or if we had heard like a little bit about this and now we get the details about this. Mm-hmm. But Cersei remembers when she was a year, well, she doesn't remember, but she remembers the story about how when she was a year old, her grandfather had died, so Tywin was now in charge. The first thing he had done was expel her grandfather's mistress from mm-hmm. Castle Rock, and he made her do a walk like this.
Right. Yeah.
And so, like, there's like, okay, so your own dad did this kind of shit, and now, like, you know?
And then it also just the fact that, like, Shy ended up being caught with Tywin, when Tywin had this reputation for, like,
Shy?
He didn't sleep around.
Do you mean Shay?
Yeah, Shay.
I was like, Shy?
Oops. Yeah, with Shay, because, like, Tywin had this reputation for not sleeping with people, like, whatever. So it just adds, especially because he was trying so hard to, like, I'm not like my dad, Lannisters aren't, whatever. Yeah.
All this would be solved if we just were like, so what?
Yeah.
It's sex work. It's just work. Truly. They're people too. Like, you know?
Truly. Sometimes like you're just lonely and you need a homie. And especially with the way these people, like, make things hard for the common people, but then also you're structuring your own life in a way that, like, you're lonely and sad and whatever, like, you know, and it's like, they just need companionship. Like, just let them and let yourselves, and they
you're
let
arguing
you.
More on the side of the people that use the services of a sex worker. I'm saying, let the sex workers live.
Yes.
And why is being a sex worker so insulting? Like,
yeah, true, that too. Yeah. I guess I'm just really in, like, Tywin's head here, and, like, Cersei's head, and
once again, you set these stupid patriarchal standards that
and then it harms you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah. But like, this is what I was talking about. So, like, she remembers people talking about how the girl had, like, cried and, like, clung to her garments and just, like, not, what is it? Just, like, stumbled through it, basically.
Yeah.
And Cersei's like, I am not gonna do that. If Sir Kevin and the High Sparrow thought I would be the same with her, they were very much mistaken. I'm a lioness. I will not cringe for them.
Mm-hmm.
So she takes off her robe and reminds herself that I am beautiful and holds her chin high and starts walking.
And this entire chapter was also so, like, what it takes to be seen as beautiful. And, like, how as soon as you're, like, a year too old, or, like, wow, one of your boobs is sagging, or in this case where it's, like, you're seen as someone who's, like, you've, like, ruined this, like, pure version of yourself that people, like, you know, people see Cersei as this, like, pure, beautiful queen, like, whatever, you know, and it's, like, as soon as you either, like, there's so many different ways to ruin that, and it's, like, Cersei's kind of been victim of all of those ways, like, oh, like, she slept with other people, oh, she's too old, oh, she's ugly, like, whatever, like, all of these things, it's, like, it was so annoying.
Placed on a pedestal,
yeah,
and now she's been taken off it because people can see that she is a person just like any other person. And that's like the whole thing. Okay, this is gonna be such a tangent. But, like, you know how I'm gonna say the royal family, but I mean like the of, like, England. So I am not a monarchist. I think it's an outdated concept. We don't need it. But I find a lot of entertainment in learning about the royal family. Like, I love watching those documentaries, or, like, I love The Crown. I love Downton Abbey. You know, all those things.
Yeah.
And there's, like, always this, like, okay, why are they so aloof? Like, why can't they just, like, hang out and be with us? But then as soon as they do be with us, people are going to remember, oh, these are just people.
Right.
Why do they get to live in a palace and I have to live in an apartment down the road? You know, like...
Totally, right. Like, if we actually saw them for who they were, we would know they weren't special, so we can't see
like,
them for
the
who
reason
they
kind of hold themselves apart and act the way they do, it's to maintain the, like, oh, we have the divine right to be this way thing, you know?
Right, yeah.
Even though, like, I don't think there's anybody in 2025, 2026 that can, like, say that and not roll their eyes.
Totally. That's, like, and that,
yeah.
No, go for it.
No, just, like, I think in the past, people did, like, genuinely believe in the divine right of monarchies and whatnot.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a thing. Like, I don't know.
I think
even if the monarchists really believe in that. I think they may just be like,
it gives me privilege
for other reasons.
Like, I just kind of go along with it. Yeah. Or, like, or, like, the reasons have, like, the words we use to describe the reasons have shifted. Like, we wouldn't necessarily say
the like,
divine.
So, like, in the vein of, I love watching documentaries about them. So they're always, like, the way they frame the stuff now is, like, we were born with the responsibility. Like, you know, they switch it from, like, like, you know, like, the right to the responsibilities to make it like, oh my god, poor me. And, like, literally, to be fair, I wouldn't want to be Queen of England or Monarch of England, or sorry, I only ever think about the Queen because Charles is just like, what the fuck, Charles?
And also, like, the Queen was alive for so long. Like, it's
the fact that, like, anytime it comes up and it's like the king of whatever, I get taken aback because I expect it to be the queen of whatever.
I'm like, who the fuck is this motherfucker? And then you're like, oh, right.
Yeah.
She did.
Okay, that was such a tangent. Who knows, by the time this podcast airs, so we may have...
Maybe the next one? Oh my god, that's so dark. Is there something going on with his health?
I think he has cancer, or maybe he's on the
Really?
recovery from cancer.
Oh my god,
yeah,
I did
there's
not
like
know
lots
this.
of stuff going on.
Yeah, I do not follow these things. Okay, interesting.
No, but what I'm saying is I don't want to be in a head of state position of any, like, I don't want to be prime minister, I don't want to be president, I don't want to be a monarch, I don't want to do any of that. I do think that it's a lot of responsibility and just like bullshit. But the way that these documentaries
frame it is so funny.
Yeah, because like
it's like you're reaching, my queen.
Because if you're making a documentary about them,
right,
you're like slightly sympathetic to their cause already.
Of course,
so like, oh my god, the way they
and if you
like,
were trying to do a smear documentary, they wouldn't have let you in. Like the fact that your documentary got made, you know?
Yeah. There's so much. I mean, I have watched some smear documentaries too. Yeah. Like there's the whole like some of the royal family were Nazis aspect of things.
Right.
And like, yeah. But why did we get over here?
Okay, we were talking about how they're just like us, but they can't it can't be proven to be that way.
So like exactly. But in Westeros, they still rule based on the fact that they have this right, like that is their right over anybody else's right. So it's like still a functional thing for them.
Yes.
So for Cersei to be seen as a regular person, and by like, you know, by association, all the royal people, like Tommen and like,
this
this could be harmful to the whole institution.
Exactly, which is also like, once again, like what we said earlier, pro for why Kevin would want it, because it completely like delegitimizes Cersei, but then con, it's like, hey, wait, this could cause an uprising. You've already had a mob, you know? Which is also why, like, we're extra frustrated that Daenerys is not getting here, because, because it's like,
no, I was just like, riot.
But which is also why it's frustrating that Daenerys is not getting here, because this is the perfect time to come in and be like, I know, see, they're just like you, whatever, but I have dragons. I'm different. Like, it's the one time, like, it's like a great time to be like I'm different.
Kind of, she can kind of make that claim a little bit because she's got the dragon side for her.
And she can do the washing down thing of being like, and I'm gonna work with you and for you. Like, she can toss up all the like PR stuff, but then she's got this thing that fundamentally makes her different that could restore like the divinity aspect for them, you know? Like monarchy, chosen by the gods, whatever, you know? But the one thing I will say, that's the only thing, like, obviously I hated this punishment, but the thing that I liked about it, the baseline thing that I liked about it was the, like, it fundamentally demonstrates that Cersei is just a person, but I wish that we could apply that principle in a different way. Like, you know, she's fully clothed, and, like, maybe, like, you know how some, like, I've heard of, like, some, not to come back to religion, but, like, I've heard of, like, some, like, and I'm sure other religions do this, but, like, you know, like, when, like, a priest, or, like, a, like, some wise priest guy somewhere will be like, oh, I'm gonna go live with the masses. Like, if the masses and the people that I live with don't have a lot, those are the conditions I'm living in, and it'll prompt me to, like, work to better their conditions. Because, like, one of the reasons is, like, how are they supposed to pray?
Yeah, but
and serve God?
that is like the person in charge realizing that the people they're in charge of are no different of them. This is the opposite. This is the people
but I'm saying, like, apply something like that here, where it's like Cersei, like, the punishment is Cersei has to go live with the people of Flea Bottom, and then now, and so it's like a way to delegitimize Cersei that isn't, like, fundamentally misogynistic, or like,
well, no, I agree with that. I don't know if it would.
Like, I'm just trying to draw inspiration. Like, I'm trying to draw inspiration from that in a way that preserves the principle of people being, like, Cersei having, because that's another one of Cersei's worst fears is, like, I'm not special, I'm not strong, whatever, you know? Like, that's not just as, that's a bad thing to say, but that's also, for Cersei specifically, I think that would be psychologically taxing. But, like, in a way that you'd want a punishment to be. but in a way that isn't, like, evil and cruel, you know? Like, I don't think it would be cruel to make her do something like that.
I think you've sold me on the idea. I think I was just not understanding it at first.
Yeah.
But yeah, that makes sense. That would be a better approach to this.
Yeah.
Okay, we have got to move
on.
on.
Sorry, yeah, but basically, bottom line, this world is not ready for something like that. If it was, this wouldn't even be happening in the first place. So many red flags would have been pointed out before this went into effect.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, random thing.
mm-hmm.
So there's, like, the escort ahead of her, and there's, like, the poor fellows that are, like, pushing the way through the crowd, and then the septas are surrounding her, like, on right, left, and behind. And then behind them, they also have, like, a procession of novice girls in white following them. Why are they there? That's all I have to say. We don't have to talk about it, but I just want to say, why are they there?
I think it's just, like, a weird little, like, I don't know, just, like, a weird, like, this is what she can become. Like, just some sort of weird, like, optics shit, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. But people are jeering at her, calling
or, like,
her all sorts of names.
Contrast this dirty woman with these women. Like, you know, just some weird shit.
Yeah, it's probably something like that, but I just had to be like,
yeah.
Okay, so people are jeering at her, insulting her, all sorts of things, and she's just like, it's fine, I can take it. These creatures, she calls them, have no sweeter joy in life than jeering at their betters. So, like, I mean, I like her strategy of just keeping her head high, because this is not, like, this is not on her, this is on the people inflicting this on her. But the Cersei
the Cersei
comes through.
Totally. The Cersei is a classist. I don't know if that's ever going away. And even in this chapter, when she's at her lowest, she's still, like, shaming people, like, in that way. So it did suck for her to be like, look at these filthy people, and they're jeering at me. And it's like, well, Cersei, maybe we don't think of people that way. Yeah. Especially, like, no, totally. Like,
but she's just, like, trying to block out the sounds and the sights and just going.
Like, she's got some of the feminism in this chapter, but it's not intersectional at all. It's just feminism for herself.
It's like negative fourth wave feminism.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are we talking about? Okay. So then, and then one of the septas has to, like, go around ringing a bell, calling shame on the sinner.
There's just so much overstimulation. Like, I can't take this.
And then, like, there's, like, vendors in the street selling pies and meat and random shit.
Crazy. I was like, what on earth is going on?
Yeah, people are throwing rotten vegetables at her, eggs, later a dead cat.
Wow.
Just anything and everything.
Yeah.
And she's just keeping her gaze locked and walking.
Yeah.
And trying to block everything out once again. And halfway down Visenia's hill, she falls and scrapes her knee. And it just kind of disorients her because she can't see because now she's, like, in the thick of the city. She can't see the Red Keep anymore. And it just kind of gets her panicked a little bit. Yeah. And the captain of her escort is, like, trying to push her, like, drag her along, and is concerned because the crowd is growing unruly. And she's like, I'm not afraid, but he's like, you should be. And this is when she's like, it should be Jamie here. He'll cut everybody down and fuck these fuckers up. And
ouch, man.
Yeah. But and then, like, as the guy is, like, trying to get her through and kind of, like, dragging her along, she's like, the knight wrenched at her arm again as if she were some common serving wench. Has he forgotten who I am? She was the queen of Westeros. He had no right to lay rough hands on her. So, like, well, not that I'm like, oh, this benevolent guy, but I do think that he's trying to just get her through this right now. And
Mm-hmm.
Like, once again, Cersei. Cersei be Cersei.
The Cersei be Cerseiing. Yeah. The, like, oh, girl, you just... She says some really poignant things, but then it's Cersei, so she just comes back around to insulting poor people, insulting ugly people, and insulting women. Like, that's just kind of the Cersei classic. Like, it's very, like, it's very woe is me. I have had a hard time being a woman my whole life, but here are all of my thoughts that come out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very Cersei core.
Yeah. People, like, are commenting on her body.
Yeah.
And okay, so this is where she's like, she kind of turns, or not turns, but her thoughts kind of turn a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
This is my penance, Cersei told herself. I have sinned most grievously. This is my atonement. It will be over soon. It will be behind me. Then I can forget. So is that, like, this is all in her head. So is she like actually
Yeah, like,
confessing to the sin a little bit for real, or
I felt this way too a little bit. Like, yeah, I think a little
or
bit.
not like the sins specifically that she is technically atoning for, like,
Right.
but like in her head she realizes she's done some wrong things, you know?
Yeah, maybe. I think maybe there's a little bit of glimmer of that. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is when she starts to see familiar faces in the crowd. There's like a guy that looks just like her dad, and
Yeah.
a girl that sits beneath a fountain drenched in spray and stared at her with Malara Heatherspoon's accusing eyes.
Her friend.
If you remember, this is the girl she drowned.
Yeah.
She sees Ned and Sansa, and like it's like a guy and a little kid and like their dog, and she's like,
yeah.
is that her wolf? Every kid becomes Tyrion.
Yeah, and then she's thinking of Joffrey.
Yeah. And like when she sees Joffrey, that's when she falls for a second time.
Ouch. Yeah, that's also what makes me think like that I've sinned most grievously, whatever. Like, I think if someone is ringing a bell and chanting sinner in your ear a million times, and you've been, caged up for a month for your crimes, like, even Cersei has kind of started to, like, take it in and internalize it. But then I also feel like it's like, even if she's internalizing this and she's maybe thinking, like, oh, maybe I've done some wrong things, whatever, like, that's another reason why this isn't really effective, because atoning in this way, like we said earlier, implies that she doesn't have to do anything else to fix what she did. Like she says, I've sinned, but it's gonna be over soon. It'll be behind me. Like, there's no commitment to do better. It's just like, this isn't gonna work.
Like, it's not a real, like, self-reflection moment or
exactly
anything.
So even if this has, like, tortured her into feeling guilty, she's not really gonna do anything different, because it'll be behind her.
And like kind of seeing her, like, all these people, it shakes her, and like she falls, and this is when she breaks a little. She's like, please, mother, have mercy, I confessed. And they have to be like, we're almost there, just keep going. And people are once again just like gathering and watching and throwing stuff at her, just trying to be like, words are wind, words can't hurt me, I am beautiful, the most beautiful woman in all Westeros. Jaime says so. Jaime would never lie to me. Even Robert, who never loved me, admitted that I was beautiful.
Dude.
But she didn't feel beautiful. She felt old, used, filthy, ugly. And she's like, she's got stretch marks, and her breasts don't hold up without support, which I'm like, do anybody's? But like, a lot of her pride has come from her like
looks,
physical appearance, right?
Yeah.
I think that is probably what takes the most hit in this, like, not her like, oh, I made mistakes, I need to think things through better, right? But like, oh, I'm not as beautiful as I used to be. Right. And this is when she sees, the Maggie the Frog and Queen you shall be until there comes another younger, more beautiful to cast you down and take all you hold dear. So this is all of this is feeding together into terribleness for her.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I shouldn't have let them see, ugh, and this was just so,
Yeah, because in first she's like, I will not cry, I will not let them see me cry, but then, because she's coming to realization because they just see her as a person now instead of as the all high mighty queen or whatever. But I will not let them cry, but then she sees Maggie the Frog and hears her say that, and then she can't stop the tears. Yeah. And she gathers herself up and scurries up Aegon's hill, and part way up she falls and then falls again, and then eventually she's just scrambling uphill on all fours. Yeah. And then finally she's at the gates. The crowd seems to dissolve away, and there's guards there, and she hears her uncle call, giving orders to do things. And she's asking for Tommen, but Tommen, honestly, thankfully, isn't there because I agree with Kevin. He does not need to see this. Yeah. And they get her covered up, and then a giant comes over and picks her up.
Holy shit.
And it's 8 feet tall, legs as thick around as trees, and
oh my god,
all the things, wearing a white cloak. And this is where she's like, okay, Sir Kevin had kept his part of the bargain, that Kevin had named her champion to the Kingsguard. And then Kyron comes up and is like, great to see ya. Let me introduce you to Sir Robert Strong. Sir Robert, who has taken a holy vow of silence and will not speak until all of his grace's enemies are dead and evil has been driven from the realm. Yes, thought Cersei. Oh, yes. And that's the end of that chapter.
How many different versions of undead things, people, whatever? There's so many different types of shit going on. Mm-hmm. This is a new one.
Yeah. So,
I knew this was coming, but I don't like it here. Just because I knew it was coming doesn't mean I wanted it to be coming, you know?
Yeah.
This is, bad.
Yeah. Okay.
And Cersei's gonna be, emotionally volatile, Marjorie, watch out. TBH.
Right.
Because it literally is, because the entire time she's been ain't no fucking way. And, parts of her plan even hinged on I'm still disgustingly pretty. The guy, his prize for getting rid of Marjorie and doing all these things was you get to sleep with me. Her plans hinge on her beauty because that's so much of what she is and what she believes and all the things. And so now to have that, ripped from you, from somebody who already has these tendencies and then, such a big inflated ego, I feel like the retaliation becomes, if I'm not pretty, the pretty people are taken out, so then I am still the pretty queen.
I can be the fairest of them all if there's no one fair left. Yeah,
it's Snow White mindset. Snow White is crazy. It's the Snow White mindset.
Yeah, okay. So, do you think her spirit has been broken by this atonement?
No. Clearly
not.
No. She's oh great, I did it.
It's in the middle, it gets a little bit is this gonna do it? But then at the end when she's like, yes,
it's very it's very hey, here's more trauma for you. But
to fuel. No, I think this is just gonna fuel her determination to fuck it up, you know?
I think so.
She gotta burn this shit to the ground.
Yeah, and now I think it's kind of even more people that she's willing to destroy, like, even more people that she does not give a damn about, because she's gonna be like, Kevin, you did this to me, Lancel, you fucking bastard. Like, if you thought I didn't feel bad before, wait and see, motherfuckers, you know? Like, yeah.
So now she's still got the rest of her
I
sins
have a
to
question,
answer
though.
for.
Are people just, like, sort of convinced by the vow of silence thing? Like, that's, or,
I'm
like,
sure people have their thoughts,
right?
but, like,
because he's the only guy who was
also,
ever this tall.
Would
and also,
you
would
question
Kevin?
an 8 foot tall, potentially undead person?
I wouldn't, but, like, if I was Kevin, and especially all the reasons we've been giving for Kevin to go through with this, a lot of them boil down to taking Cersei down. And I think that giving her a zombie is not necessary. Like, I just feel like if anybody else, I don't know if we're just giving Kevin too much credit today, like, but, like, I just feel like if anybody would have been like, hey, what? It would be Kevin.
Right.
And it seems like he has not clocked this, or he does not care. And I don't know if that'll just be explained, like, next time we're at King's Landing, like, things will make more sense, but I'm just kind of, like, struggling to understand how this even happened because of that. But anyway, regardless, it has happened.
But, okay, so here's the thing, though. If Cersei is... Nobody wants Cersei to actually be found guilty of, like Tommen not being Robert's kid.
Yeah, of course. So
like,
she needs a champion who will win.
Yeah, exactly.
So then even if Kevin suspects something, it makes sense, like, in the long run to, like, let this
even
thing
the
happen.
Sept that is trying her, even the Faith wants her to be, like, on that charge.
Because their power was literally given by Tommen, so that would come into question.
Or, like, you know, then the alternative is, oh, Stannis is the rightful king, therefore we all, like, people are gotta go to the R'hllor thing.
Right, okay, that makes sense.
Because if Tommen is not the rightful king, then Stannis is, and then that causes all sorts of problems.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so, is she gonna win this trial? Wait, is it going to be... Is she gonna be tried by the Faith, or is it gonna be a trial by combat? I'm gonna, like, break it down real hard.
Trial by combat. Easy.
Who is her champion?
Sir Robert Strong.
Cool. Who is the Faith's champion?
Who can they just pick anyone? What are the rules?
I don't know.
Okay,
but
some guy.
Okay. Oh.
Like, can they pick a Kingsguard of the Knight's Guard? Wait,
I don't think they can pick a Kingsguard.
What did I just say? Can they just pick anyone? Can the High Septon go in? I don't think he would, but oh my god, imagine it's Lancel.
They probably, like, honestly, I was gonna say, like, probably one of the warrior sons or somebody.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Who will win?
Franken Gregor.
And that will translate to Cersei being, like, freed, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So now she isn't accused of all that. Like, she's, like, free from quote-unquote her sins, you know, whatever. Kevin and, like, the current counselor are still the ones in charge. How does she get to taking revenge for all this and scheming and all that?
Maybe, like, Qyburn can help with some poisonings. Cersei can
she poisons, like, Kevin and the entire council?
Not with everybody. You can't do that with everybody. That's too suspicious. Maybe, like, a couple people. Oh no, he fell ill, you know? And then maybe for Mace Tyrell, you keep him. Maybe you kill off Marjorie, but keep Mace Tyrell for the strength, and then
How do you kill Marjorie without
ruining the Tyrell? I don't think you can, but I think that maybe Cersei will think she can.
Okay.
I don't think that's possible. I agree, but I think that maybe Cersei will be like, "You'll have to, right?" Like before, when she just assumed he would go along with Marjorie's whatever. Because also Marjorie's trial still has to happen, so she could try to ruin
Right.
that.
How is that gonna work?
I think
Like-
she's gonna be freed, but I
Okay.
think that it'll be like Gregor or something. Like I think she's gonna find a different way, but I think that's gonna be what prompts her to like have to kill Marjorie. Like it won't even be a choice. It'll just be like they love her, whatever, younger,
Also,
mightier,
all the
taking
evidence
over.
against her was fabricated by Cersei, so
Exactly.
it probably won't
That
stand
also
up
helps.
to any like real scrutiny.
Yes. So I think like couple poisonings, get rid of Marjorie. I think also just making like for someone like Kevin, like maybe she could like try and plant a scandal or not for Kevin. I don't know if Kevin has any scandals, but like with like I don't know, like with certain people you could try to plant a scandal, with certain people you poison them. Like I feel like she's gotta I don't know. Like I think that's
so she will figure out a way to depose of the current people in power and get back in power herself.
I think so. Or it could also be the alternative of like, "Oh, my dear uncle, I have nothing. Please let me onto the council. I won't ask for any more. I just want to take care of my son." You know? Like, I feel like against his better judgment, like, maybe he'll let her onto the council and then things will go downhill from there.
Okay.
You know?
How will, like, this walk
Mm-hmm.
and how the people in King's Landing see her and potentially by association the royalty,
Mm-hmm.
how will that impact everybody's ability to rule and all that, Will it?
I think
like-
definitely going downhill. Like, you remember back in the day when people were showing up at the gates and they were like, "Hey, give us food. Hey, we're gonna throw a rock." Like, maybe just like more sort of like, maybe not an uprising quite yet, but like definitely like what's it called?
Discord?
What's the thing when like things aren't calm? Like a lot of fuck, like just
I
like
know
things
it
you try.
is it not Discord?
Maybe is that what I'm thinking of?
Disagreement between people, lack of harmony between notes sounding together. I don't know.
Discord. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, like just a lot of things not working out. Like just a lack of like peace and calm in the streets.
Dissonance? Discordance?
Discordance. Yeah.
Okay.
like discordance in the air in the streets. Yeah. Like I think just
Dissension. Sorry.
like I think just a lot of mayhem that potentially Aegon, potentially Stannis, hopefully Dany can sort of take advantage of.
Okay. Yeah. How is she or how or if like revenge on specifically the Sept? How do you see that playing out?
Sorry?
How
Revenge
will
on
Cersei
the
try to get back at the Sept for this? Or the faith, or like the people.
Yeah. I think that's harder. Like I think for now she kind of has to take a pause, or like just take a back seat on that. Because I just can't really think of anything that she can do right now without having any power yet. I don't know if that's naive.
But, like she gets power, then what?
I don't know, because it's not like she can just say contract broken, I don't know. I don't know what she's gonna do, but like, maybe she can just like try to pass laws and be like, "We are not associated with these people anymore. New applications for High Septon. Like we're creating our own High Septon in our whole." Like I don't know.
It's the Church of King's Landing instead of.
Does that tell me that doesn't sound like something Cersei would try to pull off?
I mean, it totally could, yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like Cersei.
That's like we were talking about the English monarchy, so like that's exactly what they did. So
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I'm struggling to think of other things. I'm sure there's lots she could do. I just can't think of anything right now.
That's fair. I think we should move on. Have we talked these chapters to death yet?
I
Get
fear.
it? To death. Death. Ha, ha, ha.
I fear
Okay.
we have.
I should have said, have we walked these chapters to death?
Oh my Lanta.
Okay. Next chapters. We're reading 2 next time. Give me your hopes and predictions.
Danny and Theon.
Okay. It's neither of those.
Okay.
We're reading chapters 66 and 67 next time.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 66 is Tyrion.
Ooh, okay. Tyrion. Wait. No, we're not. Wait, give me 1 second. Oh, LOL, we literally are. Sorry, I wrote down the wrong numbers. 1 second. Okay, say that again.
Chapter 66 is Tyrion.
Ooh, okay. Tyrion. Oh my god, I mean, aftermath, Brown Ben Plam Plam. Wait. Brown Ben Plum Plan. Brown Ben Plum Plan. Brown Ben Plum Plan. There we go, I can say it now. That whole shenanigan. And then, hey, maybe they team up with Team Barry, you know? Maybe, oh my god, Volantis is here.
Who?
Barristan.
Oh, Barry. Okay.
Maybe Volantis here, and then we gotta fight, and then maybe Victarion's here. Like, I just feel like all these things are gonna be happening, you know? Like, do you remember when we had the Battle of the Blackwater, and we were seeing it from, like, 5 different POVs?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm envisioning. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm just saying it's interesting you say that. That's the end of the sentence.
Because it's gonna be Victarion next time. Or the second one.
Chapter 6. Okay. That's your prediction? Do you have anything to add, or?
No.
Okay. Chapter 67 is the King Breaker.
Kingbreaker. Okay. Is Victarion gonna kill his Dar? Is someone gonna
Was
kill
anybody
Tommen?
else planning to dethrone his Dar, I wonder?
Like Barristan? Right. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense, because he's a lot closer than Victarion. Right, because his whole job is King's Guard, King Protection, and now he's King Breaker. It's Barristan.
Okay, so what is Barristan gonna do in a chapter called The King Breaker?
His Dar be dead. Just kidding. Well, I guess he doesn't have to die. He can just be broken. He can just be, like, sent away from the... Thank you. I was, like, sent away. I think, what was his plan? At all?
I don't know if we knew the exact plan, but he was like, I'm gonna question the confectioner that accuses his Dar, you know?
Yeah.
And I am going to talk to Grey Worm to get the Unsullied on our side. And then the Brazen Beasts were also, like, getting up in that action.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you know what? I think it'll be like, I'm in the room with his Dar, I pull out my sword, I say, hey, I got this guy on my side, I got this, like, all of these sellsword companies are on my side, whatever, like, you need to run away, or else I kill you. Like, some sort of, like, ultimatum, you're about to lose, this is your last chance.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, that's it then. Alright, folks. As always, please send us emails. Our email is popculturesymposium@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram @popculturesymposium. And of course, join the Discord. Give us all your thoughts. Tell us what you think about the House of Black and White and their rules and prices and whatnot, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Until next time, farewell, my friends.
Talk to you later.